Jem is my name, no one else is the same. Jem is my name. Jem.
Well, here we are. Episode 65, the final episode of Gem and the Holograms. Well, are we finally going to resolve the Rio Jerica Gem thing? Is she going to spill the beans? Is Rio going to stumble upon the truth? No. Nope. Nope. That plot thread that's been dangling throughout the entire series, it's still dangling, not even addressed. You know, it's okay. There are other plot threads a-dangling that we could pull on for the final episode of the show. Show title is A Father Should Be, so with that title you might think, are we going to attempt some resolution between Pizzazz and her daddy? No. 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 How about Dance and her father? You know, the Homeland Heartland episode had them, oh, we're gonna go search for the missing mom. Whatever happened there? We'll never know. What about Clash? I mean, did she ever find a place where she belongs? True friends who like her for who she is? Don't know. That's not what this final episode is about. No. You remember way back in the middle of season 1, I think it was the Gem Jam episodes, where Bonnie thought that, what was his name, Randy James, the drummer, might be her long-lost father? We're going back there. You know, Bonnie's missing father. The dangling plot thread that we were all on pins and needles about. Sure. Okay. So, there's an art show at school, and Jerica is taking Bonnie and who was with her? I think Chrissy. And Bonnie is looking around at all the other kids who all have their fathers with them. And the father's, oh, let me lift you up so you can see stuff. And, oh, that's wonderful, son or daughter. And she starts crying. She says, I want to go home. And Jerica says, hey, Bonnie, what's wrong? And Bonnie says, I'm the only one who doesn't have a father! And Chrissy's standing right there going, hello? You know, me and the rest of the Starlight Girls in the same boat, Bonnie, you self-centered twit. So, yeah, Bonnie is really, really, really wants her daddy. So, Gem and the Holograms say, okay, we're going to make a run of this. We are going to track down Bonnie's father. And Gem says, you know what? Riot's dad works in military intelligence. So, since I helped those two connect in the previous episode, I'm sure he'd be willing to get his dad to give us a lead. And she's right. Riot says, yeah, you're the reason Dad and I even talk to each other now, so yeah. Dad, can you help? Dad says, sure, son. Thanks, Dad. Aw. So they have 3 names, because they know the guy's name is Martin, which could be a first or last name. They know he has red hair. They know he's in Vietnam. So they have 3 possibilities, so they split up, kind of like in the, when they were trying to get the Taps Tucker band back together. They all go to a different city to find the guys and see if they might be Bonnie's father. Well, one is not. One is some gambling addict jerk in Vegas. And it's pretty clear that Jem and Shayna are like, oh, this guy's full of it. But they bring him home anyway because maybe, and even if he is a jerk and irresponsible, maybe. But I mean, he's waving so many red flags. I don't know. I might have left him. I did appreciate that they're not completely suckered in. They are suspicious of this guy. I mean, Shayna facepalms at one point.
I'm a little sensitive about my past. The pain of a lost love, you know, hurts right there.
I'm sure.
But they still do bring this obvious no-good Nick home, so... Meanwhile, Aja and Kimber find another guy who owns an art gallery. You remember at the beginning where they were in the school art show where Bonnie had her art display and the teacher was like, oh, all your art is awesome. Yeah. So they're browsing around the art gallery and they're talking to him. He's like, dude, I have amnesia. I don't know. And they look at a painting and they're like, huh, this looks exactly like Bonnie, only if she was, 25. She's even wearing the exact same outfit that Bonnie wears all the time. What a coinkydink. Who's this? And he goes, oh, I don't know, just a face I see in my dreams. Like, would you come home with us and meet Bonnie, just in case? He says, all right. But by the time they get home, the other guy had kidnapped Bonnie and held her ransom because he thinks JEM and the Holograms are rich, so he's like, give me $1 million and you can have Bonnie back. So while he's waiting for the ransom, he takes Bonnie to the zoo, or a zoo. Don't know if it's the zoo, because is it the same zoo that was in the Gem Jam? Because, man, that thing fell on hard times, but quick. And he locks her in, honestly, it looks like the same enclosure that she climbed into, in the bear enclosure that she climbed into in the Gem Jam episode. So there's a poetic little circle in it. So Jem and the other guy, the other father, he is the father. She distracts the bad guy with holograms of gorillas. And the real father saves Bonnie from falling as she tries to climb out of the enclosure. And she greets him like she does every man with red hair. Daddy! Worry about the details and accuracy later. So they lock the bad guy in a monkey cage or something, and I guess they leave him there to die. Maybe they send the police for him or something. But anyway, Bonnie has her father, and they're throwing her a goodbye party. And everyone's there. The Stingers are there, and the Misfits even show up. I get the sense that once again they weren't invited. Probably weren't even told. Maybe Kimber rang up Stormer or something, but they just kick in the door. They're like, the Misfits are here! The party can begin! And Jenna's like, out! You're not here. I will not tolerate your troublemaking pizzazz. Me? Why do you always think the worst of me? Cuts me deep. But they have a truce, and everyone is together to see off Bonnie. And we have the final song of the series. This is Farewell, which of course is singing to Bonnie as she leaves on the next leg of her life, and to us, the audience, because there's no more episodes. It's another one of the songs that feature all the bands. So there are verses that are handled by JEM, the Misfits, and the Stingers. And there are even a couple of lines that are ostensibly handled by Rio, Kimber, and Stormer, which is a nice touch. It's a nice song. And if you've been watching this show from the beginning and you love it and you love the characters, you will cry. It's very well done. It's very touching. It's undercut just slightly by the fact that the Goodbye Bonnie banner has typos in it. That's not how you spell that. But, you know, it's the thought that counts. So, yeah. That's it. That's the end. JEM and the Holograms is a great show. Not perfect, but it is great. And I'm glad I watched it. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. Take care.
Bonnie, look who came to see you.
Hi there. Say, how's my best girl?
Hi, Randy.
Wow. Hey, is that all the welcome I get?